This is Jewish Spotlight, a weekly television program presented by Chabad Lubavitch of Long Island, featuring various aspects of modern Jewish life and Jewish culture. Now, here is your host, Rabbi Tuvia Teldin.
Shalom, I'm Rabbi Tuvia Teldin, Director of Chabad Lubavitch of Long Island, and we have a very interesting show. So I want you to sit back and you're going to learn something that you perhaps don't know at all about how we Jewish people celebrate the high holiday season. Sure, you might know about Rosh Hashanah and about going to synagogue for Yom Kippur, but there's a third part of the high holiday season which is so crucial because it represents the joy of Judaism, the happiness, not necessarily the seriousness of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And without it, the high holiday experience really is not full whatsoever. So, in order to be able to expose you to this extra special aspect of Jewish observance, we brought a few people here who are real experts and are going to give you a great insight into what it means to really celebrate. And of course, as we always do in Jewish Spotlight, we want to get you your information right from the source. So we're going to somebody who he himself and his family for over 30 years has been involved in bringing products to America that have been used for the observance of the special holiday of Sukoth. Sukkot is a time where, as you may know, it's the Feast of Tabernacles, a time where we live in temporary booths. But in addition to that, there's special observances which I want to tell you all about. And for that, I want to switch over to our guest, Rabbi Ephraim Keller, who is a distributor of esrogim and of other supplies. Rabbi Keller, it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to know a little bit about the beautiful display you have over here. I understand, first of all, of course, the most important part of the work that you do is flying back and forth to Italy all the time.
Yes, it
correct?
Is. 100%.
Okay, now that starts, from what you told me back in April, this is when the growing season starts.
In April they start looking after the fields, making sure that there's enough water being given to the fields, enough medicine for all the fruit flies that come on, make sure the fruit flies don't kill the trees.
Now the orchards there you have thousands of esrog trees.
Thousands of esrogim trees, correct.
And you bring in how many? There must be...
I personally only bring in 2,000 esrogim.
But other distributors also look at the same?
About 30,000, 40,000 esrogim are brought in from Italy. The rest are brought in from Israel. From Israel, about over 200,000 esrogim are brought into America alone. And besides what's distributed all over the rest of the world.
Right. Now, I know in the Lubavitch custom, of course, we always take our esrogim from Italy. Why is that?
That's because we have a tradition set back to the Moshe Rabbeinu that when it says in the pasuk, when it says in the pasuk, "Chachtam lechem pri'etz hadar kapas tmarim va'anafei tzavas arvinachal," so Hashem
translate.
So that Hashem told Moshe he should take for himself an esrog and a palm stick and 3 myrtles and two willows. So Moses sent messengers to Italy to get this esrog. So Italy is the best field, has the best fertile land. So therefore we take it from Italy.
Very good. So you must get a lot of frequent farm mileage going back and forth.
Yes, I do.
All right. You probably by the end of the Sukkot season you're going to need a vacation with your wife.
Yes, that's Hashem. I will take one.
All right. Okay, so let's get right to it. Why don't you show us a little bit about this esrog, which, as you might see, looks a little bit like a lemon, although it's not exactly a lemon. What makes it important that there be rabbinical supervision for an esrog? I mean, for an orange, you don't need a rabbi to look at every orange to make a kosher orange.
Not at all.
Why does this have to be kosher?
On an esrog tree, it's very, very interesting that an esrog tree has a lot of. It's not like a regular tree. A regular tree grows just leaves and fruit. But an esrog tree has, besides the fruit and the leaves, it also has thorns. So you have to make sure that every esrog that comes off the tree that you're going to take does not have any holes from the thorns that are on them.
Because if it has a hole?
If it has a hole, the esrog is not good for use.
Okay.
It's not kosher.
Now, I was once in Israel. I went to visit a esrog orchard in Kfar Chabad, the Lubavitch village in Israel. I saw esrogs there that were this big. I couldn't believe it. Because, of course, here we only see the esrogs that are about this size, or maybe the largest we might see is something about this size. This is a really beautiful esrog.
Right, but the esrog that you saw over there in Israel that was that size was an esrog that was on the tree for a whole entire year. Mm-hmm. That's another interesting aspect about an esrog, that it lasts on the tree. It's the only fruit that stays on the tree for more than a year. It can even stay for 2 years, sometimes even 3 years.
And isn't that the proof that the esrog is the type of fruit that the Torah is talking about when it says pri'etz hadar? Because That's one of the attributes it has.
Right, because the word hadar would mean also dwelling, a fruit that dwells on the tree, and it's the only fruit that dwells on the tree.
Interesting. It becomes part of the tree itself.
Part of the tree itself.
So tell me a little bit more. What do we have over here? Of course, this is
a lulav, a palm stick that grows on palm trees, and we're trying to make sure that the tree that it comes from is from that actually have dates on it. That grows dates.
And where do you get this from?
They come from many different various parts of the world. Arizona, Egypt, Morocco, Spain, and California.
And this, of course, also is specifically mandated in the Torah that we take one of these every single year and use it as part of our observance. Now, we have over here also some very nice
Hadassim.
Hadassim.
They're myrtles.
This is what the organization Hadassah is named after.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, they have something in common.
Yes, because the Hadass has a very special smell. It smells good.
Right, and we take three of these, three branches.
And it's very important that when you take each branch, you make sure that it has three leaves coming out from the same position on the leaf, all the way up for 3 hand breadths big. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. So there are a lot of specifics that one needs to know in order to be able to do this properly. And last but not least, tell us a little bit about this.
This is called the arava, which is the willows. You find them all over the world. And very specifically, you try that they should be very, very nice, straight up, the leaves going straight up. It doesn't matter what they are, as long as the leaves are long and thin, and they don't have real marks as if it's in a knife. It should be smooth. Teeth, right? They should be as smooth as possible. And we take 2 of them to put on the lulav.
Right. Now, what do you do when you go over there? You spend a couple of weeks over with the Italian fellows who are taking care of the farm, and
the Esther
become one of the guys at the time. You put on some overalls, you start picking.
Not quite picking, because this Esther tree is very peculiar. You have to crawl under the trees in order to actually pick up and to reach one estrog.
They don't grow on the top of the tree?
No, they don't grow on top of the tree. The highest leaf of the tree is only 7 feet high.
So it's a small tree.
And in Italy specifically, they branch out the trees that they turn the branches when they're young, so when it's thick and nice, the branches branch out like 4 feet high, and all the estrogim are hanging down low. So in order to actually look at them, you have to observe it on the tree, because we can't just take all of them, because whatever is left over of these estrogim after the season, the farmers use to make other things.
What do they make, for instance?
They make, for instance, ices, liqueur, jam, many other sweets.
I would enjoy tasting some esrog jam.
And sometimes they even put an esrog inside the bottle, and they put the bottle onto the tree, and they grow the esrog inside, so then they can have some interesting...
I notice you have over here some...
perfume.
This is perfume.
Perfume.
Esrog perfume.
Made in Israel.
Okay, ladies, anybody wants some esrog perfume? I don't hear any bids. Okay. Well, it looks very interesting. So that's amazing. So you're really over there from when? From the
beginning of August. You go down there every day. You cut about 300, 400 estrogim maximum, because every single one has to be looked over while under the tree, and make sure that it doesn't have any holes and doesn't have too many marks, black marks or other marks that they may have.
So if the shape, let's say, is not a good shape, then you have to make sure that you just, what do you do, throw it out, or just give it back to the farmers?
Just give it back to the farmer. The farmer doesn't even cut it. If it has a hole in it. If he sees that it's marked up, he doesn't even cut it. He just leave it there.
Interesting.
And this is like the most perfect shape we look for. One that has a little bit indent inside, and it grows straight and symmetrically all around. It's even. It's very hard to find one that goes all the way up like this. Plus it has, this is called the pitum of the estrog. The pitum of the estrog is...
Yeah, go on.
It got the completeness. Every estrog starts growing with a pitum, but then not all of them continuously have them. A lot of them fall off while it's still a young tree, and therefore you have a lot of estrogim without pitums.
Interesting.
And it's as well kosher.
Very good. Well, Rabbi Keller, I appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure, and I want to thank you for coming here and showing us everything that we have over here to be able to learn a little bit more about the mitzvah.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to talk a little bit about other things concerning Sukoth. First of all, I want to let you know that these esrogim are really available all over the place. you ever want to call the Chabad house, or you want to find out a little bit more about how to get a sukkah, we have a rabbi who's involved, Rabbi Weisfish in Huntington, who's involved in helping people all over, and all the Chabad rabbis all over Long Island are very actively involved in trying to help you to make sure that you can observe the holiday of Sukkot as best as possible. But the esrogim is something special, because a lot of times what happens is people will go and they'll check out an esrog. You might have heard about different times when people have a choice. They want to look at 10 esrogim, they want to look at 20 esrogim. People get into the specifics, make sure that has less marks and one has a little bit of less spots or less cuts, so forth and so on. And the prices range from anywhere starting from maybe $18 all the way up from maybe a perfect esrog, could be hundreds of dollars. But you know what? In Judaism, we try to do things with an extra zest. We try to do it with a lot of enthusiasm, and we try to do it in a way to show God that we really love His mitzvot. We love the commandments, and we love the fact that we have been asked to fulfill this very special mitzvah and tradition at this time of year. And of course, it's all part of the celebration, because Sukkot is a time of Zman Simchosenu, the time of our celebrating. And it's not only celebrating for us, God Himself also is celebrating. God is celebrating having us together and joining together as a Jewish people. And at times when the temple was standing, and God willing again soon when the temple is rebuilt in Jerusalem, Jews would congregate from all over the land in order to be able to celebrate this holiday as one. And you can imagine thousands and thousands, and to this day still, millions of Jews who all over the world are taking from this lulav and binding it together, as we're soon going to find out, together with the hadassim and the ravos, with the willows and the myrtle, in order to be able to hold it together with the esrog and bring it to synagogue and to be able to pray to God together with it at that time. And it's a very, very special moment, and something that I think that if you're trying to get your children a little bit more involved with Judaism and to get them a little bit more educated and to make it a hands-on experience, which is so important to really make Judaism hands-on, buying a little lulav of an esrog, being able to make the blessing, giving them the education and the experience that they need in order to be able to really understand how beautiful Judaism is and how much it is involved with being able to experience the different aspects of Judaism. This is something that is very, very special. So it's my strong recommendation to everybody here to go out, make a phone call, find out where you can get a lulav of an esrog, and if you're really adventurous, to make the trip into Brooklyn or anywhere else in order to find out what it's like to be able to get a lulav nesrog. All right, I think we're ready to get started. We have with us today an old friend and a guest who's come to us many, many times, and that is, of course, Rabbi Michael Albuquerque. Rabbi Albuquerque, it's very nice of you to be here. Are you hungry? Or
I just walked in here. I can't believe what you got here on the table. I mean, who is this for? I mean,
listen,
who's that rabbi
we've been
just
working
left?
a long time. We're ready to start chewing.
Amazing. Looks like you're ready for sukkahs. Have you showed the kids this? I mean, where are the kids?
Are there any kids out here?
I hope so.
We have any
Are there some
children?
kids? Oh my goodness, we have to call some kids. They
Okay,
have
come
got
on.
to see something like this. Can we? Hey, there's some kids. Could you kids come over here, please? Oh, you guys are going to see something you probably never saw. Come over here. Come. Wow, Rabbi, give me a second. Let's get some
Okay,
kids in
come
here.
on, let's go.
This is not for adults. This is for kids. Kids want to have fun. Oh, look, are there any more? Great, we got a crowd here. You guys want to have some fun?
Yeah.
You guys want to make a lot of money? How about if I teach you guys how to make a lot of money, huh? You like that, I bet, huh? Oh, boy, Rabbi Teldon, I think it's about time to show the kids how to make some money around this part of Long Island. And there are ways to do it on Sukkot, especially Arab Sukkot, just before Sukkot. Well, I was watching that rabbi, and I noticed he said a lot of ththings. I don't know if you guys were here. You guys were outside probably playing or something, right? So let me just show you guys what the rabbi was talking about. Could you what's your name, by the way? What your name was again?
Shayna.
And what's your name?
Vicky.
Vicky and Shayna. And your name is?
David.
David and?
Shmuley.
And Shmuley. Well, we got a good team here. What we're going to do now is I'm going to put the microphone down here so I can show you guys some stuff that probably nobody haven't done this with you guys before. You guys know that an esrog is not a lemon? You guys know the difference between a lemon and an esrog? Yeah, you do know. Let me ask you this. Do you know the difference between a lemon and an esrog and an orange? You do. Make it more complicated. How about the difference between a lemon, an esrog, an orange, and a lime? You guys are too smart.
Smart guys.
What about if it's a grapefruit? You're gonna know it. You think so? All right, let's just review real quick what that rabbi said before. An esrog, or how do you guys pronounce things in yeshiva? Etrog or esrog? Esrog. an esrog is bigger than a lemon, right? And sometimes it's got this thing called a pitum. You know, I think I saw one. The rabbi had, Rabbi told them this was the one with a pitum, right?
Right.
That's the one with a pitum. And what happens if that falls off? Is it kosher still?
No.
No, it's not. And if it doesn't have one while it's on the tree, so it's okay, right? Right. So it's bigger. And then it's also bigger on top. It looks like a tower. Beautiful. Lots of bumps on it and ridges. Lemons don't have a lot of ridges, do they?
No.
No. And let me ask you this. Everybody has, well, let's not get too personal, but everybody has a belly button, right? If you looked at this belly button, what would you call this one? An innie or an outie? That's an outie, and this is an innie. So a lemon has an outie, and an esrog has an outie, right? So that's how we know an esrog is an esrog. It also smells different. Now, you guys think you know enough about esrogim now?
Yeah.
You can figure them out with your eyes closed, right? Oh, okay, you asked for it. So let's blindfold you guys. Here, can you blindfold that girl right there? She thinks she's so smart. She knows exactly where things are and what things are. Shmuley, could you blindfold David over here? And yeah, just blindfold her so she can't see anything. And then we're going to do a very tricky test. What we're going to do is we're going to see if these kids are going to be able to guess what they're holding in their hands while they can't see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trick them and see if they really are paying attention. So let me ask Shmuley, when I give you something, you'll put it into the hands of David. David, hold your hands up in front of you like that. And Vicky, hold your hands up in front of you. And Shane here is going to take the things I'm going to give her. And when I say go, she's going to put them in your hands. You're going to have just a few seconds to feel them. And then we're going to see if you can figure out afterwards, by memorizing the order of what we gave you at the end, to see if you can win this contest. Because this is a very complicated contest. Here, let's put the blindfold over your ears. That way it won't fall down. You look like a pirate now. Wow. Okay, Shmuley, you hold on to this. And when I say go, you're going to put it in the hands of David. David, just face this way. And Vicky, face this way over here, just like that. Yeah, turn your whole body that way so that Shandy can put things in your hand. Ready, Shandy? Ready, Shmuley? Go. Give it to their hands. Feel it. Smell it. But don't look at it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it back. 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 There you go. Okay. Let's see now. You guys know what that was. Don't tell anybody. And everybody who's out there knows that what they're holding in their hands is something that is something. So now we're going to take another thing. Shmuley and Shandy. That's it. Just give me that back. And when I say go, you give it to Vicky. And Shmuley, you'll give it to David. Ready, set, go. 5, 4, 3. Feel it. 2, 1. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Okay, everybody knows what that was. Let's try to be tricky now. Let's try to see what happens if we give them something like this. Let's just see. Ready, set, go. Let them feel this. Okay, let's feel that. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it back, 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 give it back. Shandy, take it back. There you go. All right. Now, what are we going to have next? Let's see. Really tricky. I hope you guys are remembering what we're giving you. Shandy, Shmuley, ready, set, go. 5, 4. This is a hard one. 3, 2, 1. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Oh, that was tough. I knew that was a big something. Oh boy. And then finally. Oh, I'm so. We're gonna give them this. Let's see if they figure out what this is. Ready, set, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Okay, you can take off the blindfolds now. Shh. No, don't tell them what it was. Nobody should tell them what they had in their hands.
There we go.
No one should say, all right, David, did you take a good nap while you were at your blindfold on? Yeah, Vicky, you slept well? Good. Now let me have the blindfold there. You don't want to lose that because we might need it again. You never know. Let me just ask you, what was the very first fruit that we had on the table? I mean, we had a lot of fruits, and we handed you 2 fruits. Now, if you get the answer right, I'm going to give you an official Lulav Workshop sticker. And the one with most stickers is going to be the winner. So let's go Vicky first, ladies first. Vicky, what was the first fruit?
That we put in our hands? An orange.
An orange, she says. David, what was it?
Orange.
Orange! Yeah, they're both right! There you go, you both get a sticker. Yes, and what was the second fruit? Oh, wait. It's his turn.
Oh.
What was the second fruit?
Etrog.
She says an etrog. Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're both right. You kids are too good. This is not good. This has got to be trickier. Vicky's turn. What was the third fruit you had in your hands? Do you remember that?
That's right.
She says it was an esrog. And what do you think it was? The memory slip failing. What was it? It's a game show. He says it's an etrog. She says an etrog. What was it, Shmuley? Shandy? It was a lemon! Oh no, so you guys get the stickers. Wait a second, we have more things that we asked about. What was the next one? What was the next one?
9. Grapefruit.
You said there was a line. And it was what? A grapefruit. Was it really, Shandy?
No.
What was it?
It was
A grapefruit! Vicky's right. She gets the sticker. What was the next one? The next one.
lime.
That was a
Lime.
one. You guys are both right. Now you can count up your stickers and find out who won.
I got 4.
So Vicky wins. Very good. But that was tricky, wasn't it? That was real tricky. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do one other thing that I want to show you guys. It's really, really interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to take an esrog and we're going to dissect it so you guys can see just what an etrog looks like on the inside. Here's my cutting board here. And you guys have probably never seen an etrog on the inside, but what we're going to do is we're going to take the etrog and we're going to slice it right in half. Now you guys are used to seeing lemons, so you know what a lemon looks like, but an etrog looks very different, very different. And have a look at this. We're going to cut that open and whoa. Look how thick the skin is. Does it smell good? Oh, isn't that wonderful smell of an etrog? That's not like a lemon. Rabbi, have a smell of this. Now, people make jam out of this, but right now, we just sacrificed a $60 etrog. My goodness, if my rabbi would find out what I just did, I don't know what he would say. There's other things also that have a very nice smell.
Can't you glue it together and use it for sukkahs?
Well, you guys don't have Elmer's glue on you, do you? Nah, you don't. So, sorry, Rabbi, it's gone for good. Now, have a look at this. This is the hadas. This is one of the other things that we put onto the lulav. And what did we say about this? That has smell. The etrog has taste and smell, like a person who does mitzvot and learns Torah. And the hadas only has smell, like a person who does mitzvot. Hadassah was actually Esther's name because she did such great mitzvot that Hashem called her Hadassah because her deeds were so good smelling, so fragrant. Take one of these leaves. Now I want to show you how to find out if this really smells. Take the leaf and scrunch it in your hands, scrunch it up, and say a bracha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei b'samim. Take a smell. Whoa, smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. That's because that's what a hadas smells like. Let's try it out with the arava. The arava. Take a leaf from this, and you take one of these, and you take one of these, and you take one of these. Now take one of these and try to smush them up and see if they smell good. No smell there.
No.
Well, that's right. That's because they don't smell at all. The arava doesn't have smell or taste. Finally, the lulav, which is a straight guy, he doesn't have smell, but he has taste. Anybody want to take a bite of a lulav, see if it has? No, it's but what grows on a lulav tree? A date, that's correct. How about you guys taking a very sweet date? Take a cupcake with a date inside, or just take the date. Have a date. Rabbi, would you like to have a date? These are delicious. These are fresh dates. They weren't even packaged right off the tree. Take it and make sure that you take the pit out because it's got a seed inside. And say a bracha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'etz. Yeah, take a bite of that. Isn't that sweet now? It doesn't smell like anything, but it sure is sweet. It's delicious. Yeah. Now we know exactly how these things taste. So when next time somebody tells you that lulav smells good, you're going to tell them, no, it doesn't smell at all. But does it taste good? Sure does. Its fruit does. And finally, we have to learn how to make the lulav rings. You see, some people like to make their lulav and get it all together with one of these. But not everybody likes to do that, and not everybody knows how to make one of these. It's very complicated. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to make one of these here rings. Now, if we can close in on this, you'll get a chance to see how this looks. The way you do it is you need 3 rings to put the hadas, the 3 hadassim, the 2 aravot, and the lulav all together, and you make a ring like this. You fold the lulav leaf, just one, up like this, back down, and back up again. Then you come around like that, and that seals up your little belt buckle, so to speak, and then you can make a ring out of it, and that will be what you can use to hold your lulav together. Can anybody show me how to make one of these? Any of you guys can do this? You guys need a couple of lulav rings, and I'm sure you guys are good at this. By the way, kids in Crown Heights, in Brooklyn, they sell these things 5 for $1. Each ring is about 20 cents each. Make sure you split them. Each leaf is really double, just like a person. Like a person has their match in life, so too the leaves of the lulav each are double to show that the unity between the two is really, really one. So everybody knows how to make these things. Let's try it again. Everybody ready? One more time, we're going to make a lulav ring. You go like this, everybody together. 1, 2, 3, back in like this. Every kid in Long Island is going to know how to do this and then make a lot of money. Rabbi told them the kids can sell these things outside of Eichler's or the bookstores or the synagogues. People getting off the subway last minute. Got to put my lulav together. Oh my goodness, I don't have any rings. What do I do? Call the kids. They got them 5 for $1. So we take the lulav, we take the 2 aravot, put them together, and then we take the hadassim, and we're going to have them get all together like this. And
See, kids, now we're going to finish it off.
that's it. And we
That's
got
how
some
the
rings
lulav
here.
looks.
There we go. We got a ring right there. And look at all these kids made rings.
Great.
Terrific. Rabbi, tell them you got some real professional kids here. You
Okay.
don't know how much money they're going to earn. That's it. Look at that. And they'll make a little handle here. And we are set to go. Wow. You guys, did you just learn how to do this today, by the way? This is awesome. You kids are bright, quick. Wow. Yeshiva really teaches kids a lot. And that's it.
Oh, they go to Maimonides Day School.
The people who go to Maimonides Day School buy your lulav rings from there. And
All
then
right.
finally, you've got it, and
Good.
you can make a bracha on it. There you go.
All right.
Give it a shake, and give it a shake also. There you go. Make sure you make a bracha when Sukoth comes along. Shmuley, give
There you go.
a shake also. Rabbi, these kids did great.
All right. Rabbi Albuquerque, it's always a pleasure. Kids, you had a good time?
Yeah.
Did you learn all about a lulav and esrog now? You're going to go out and tell your parents you want one for the holidays?
Great.
All right. We're ready to roll. Rabbi Albuquerque, thank you very much. I always
a
appreciate
pleasure.
you being on
Thank
board.
you.
Okay. And just for everybody, don't forget, it's time also for you to go out and get a lulav and esrog also. And if you need any of those lulav rings, be sure to call Maimonides Day School. We'll give you a personal audience with our star children over here who will teach you all about how to put together the lulav and esrog and make it the right way. In the meantime, make sure to do whatever you can to learn more about Judaism. Have a great New Year, a healthy New Year. God should bless all of us, everybody, all people across the world, with health and with peace and prosperity. And we should only know of good things and peace in Israel. And we should look forward to the day when we'll all be celebrating in Jerusalem together with Mashiach and be able to truly dance with a lulav and esrog in the rebuilt temple and truly appreciate what this holiday of Sukkot is all about. In the meantime, I want to just put on the screen our number and address. We are at 58 Comac Road, which is the headquarters for Lubavitch here on Long Island. That's 58 Comac Road, and our number is 462-7383. And in addition, we have also, of course, a website, which is chabadli.org, and a superphone, which is 76 Super. And of course, the superphone is produced by the same organization that Rabbi Albuquerque comes from Tzivos Hashem, which is a wonderful, wonderful youth organization doing work throughout the area. And kids, we really appreciate you being here. Okay, so how about a little song just to close out, okay? Should we sing something? How about V'samachta? Okay, a happy song for the holidays. V'samachta